How much? Thank you.
Good evening. This meeting was called in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Law C-231 PL 1975, and notices were forwarded to the Asbury Park Press, to board members, and were posted as required. Our mission statement: Asbury Park School District will provide all students with a comprehensive and progressive education where everyone possesses the skills and character to succeed in a diverse, evolving global society. Mr. Hastings, okay, Ms. Brown, roll call, please.
Ms. Reed?
Here.
Mr. Grillo?
Here.
Ms. Jones? Here. Mr. LaRocca?
Here.
Ms. Lisinski? Mr. Pinckney?
Here.
Mr. Saunders?
Here.
Ms. Etienne? Here. And Ms. Angela Bez-Agnes?
Here. Please stand for the flag salute.
Our pledge of allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So, good evening and welcome to Asbury Park Board of Education first annual town hall meeting. I am Angela Alves Anderson, and I am the proud board president, and I have my team with me. And I'm going to introduce you to them briefly because they are going to make a presentation to you to tell you about where we were, where we are, and where we are going here in the Asbury Park School District. So here we first have Ms. Connie Breach. Make her feel welcome. We also have our Vice President, Ms. Sheila Etienne. Our board member, Mr. Eric Pinckney. Our board member, Ms. Carol Jones. Our board member, Mr. Dominic LaRocca. Our board member, Mr. Joe Giuseppe Grillo. And last but not least, our wonderful board member, Mr. Kenneth Saunders. Now, we also have our acting superintendent with us this evening, and she has brought her team with her. Mrs. Sasha K. Gray, would you please stand? Now, you know that we have a social emotional initiative in the district, right? And so I would like to introduce you to someone that's going to make you feel pretty nice. Miss Alicia De La Rosa.
Thank you so much. I have to just get this ready for a second. Did you just drop the tape?
Not wrong.
So the 6 words that you see on the screen behind me, I see you and I am here, are the words that are used in a Zulu South African greeting. So to say I see you and I am here is much more than what it seems. This timeless bearing witness is both simple and profound. To say I see you means that I see beyond your, I see through all of your story, I see your humanity, and I see you without the story, the preconceptions, or the judgments I may have about you. And to declare I am here is a declaration of intent to inhabit this moment in the fullness of who I am without my stories, without my mask, and without my defenses. So, could you imagine for 1 second our schools, our community, and our families coming from this place of connection? I want you to just sit in your chair for a second with your feet on the ground. Allow your hands to fall onto your lap. Allow your back to move up against the back of your seat. I want you to just take a full breath in, imagining the intention behind this greeting. So go ahead on your first deep breath, inhale and fill up your lungs. And then let go any doubts or stories you may be carrying with you. And then this next breath, close your eyes if you choose to, and imagine being a part of a learning community where we come from, we are connected. And as you release that breath, let go of any fears that come up around being this vulnerable and this open. And when you're ready, you can go ahead and open your eyes. And so, in the spirit of connection and in the spirit of experience, I'd like you to take a moment and look to the people to your right and to your left. And only using the 6 words that are on the screen, go ahead and greet them with the intention, the full intention behind this Zulu greeting. So you're going to be tempted to say, hello, my name is, don't do any of that. Just look that person in the eye, coming from heart to heart. I see you, and I am here. And they will respond to you, I see you, and I am here. So go ahead and get to at least 2 people. Thank you so much for participating and joining me in that. So I want you to just consider this, because this is where we're moving in Asbury Park. We are moving to a place of connection, deep-rooted connection, where we see students, we see the adults, we see the administrators for who they are. We drop our judgments, our grudges, our withhold, and we move forward in such a way that we are willing to connect for the betterment of the community, for the health of the community, and for, most of all, our students. So thank you so much for letting me present this evening to you. And I challenge you to move forward through this meeting and through the rest of your experience here and into your lives and into your homes and into our schools with this intention of connecting. Thank you so much.
So do you feel connected? Because I see you and I am here. Absolutely. And this is what we need to do often so that we can connect, as she just described. I have a few housekeeping details for you. After the presentations this evening, there will be a Q&A session. There are index cards and pencils there to this table here. And also, I forgot to introduce you to someone, actually 2 people. But if you have questions, please write them, and then they will be handled by our attorney, which is Mr. Adam Weiss. Excuse me. I knew I was going to say Weiss. And seated next to him is our BA, Mr. Jeff Hastings. So, are you ready?
Yes.
For a wonderful presentation. Now, just remember, if you have questions, please remember your etiquette. Be nice and polite. And the other thing is there are 4 things that we cannot discuss tonight. The first one is litigation. The second is that we cannot speak about any individual student. We cannot speak about safety and personnel issues. Okay? So with that, I am now going to turn this over to Mrs. Carol Jones.
So many friendly faces, it's wonderful. I don't know how many times you do this, you still go, I'll be all right. I'm so happy to be here today, and I'm happy to see the faces that are out in the audience. And what we're going to be talking about today is the different programs that we have going on in the schools, because many people don't really have a full understanding of what is going on, and it's amazing. 4 years ago, I ran for office, the board office, and I ran on the ticket that we were not fulfilling the needs of our students, especially in kindergarten and the preschool areas. I have to tell you that I am absolutely thrilled with what is going on, and the fact that it is totally free to anybody living in Asbury Park. The kids get such a wonderful education and support, and it prepares them so beautifully for kindergarten. But I'm not going to get into that too deeply because my co-member over there, Sheila Etienne, who is fully aware of everything that's going on and has some information for you that you are going to be really surprised and happy about. The programs that are going on in the school right now are beautiful. We're doing really well, and I think you're going to be as excited as I am about the benefits that are going to our kids. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Sheila Etienne. I'd like to quote Frederick Douglass really quickly because I think it's something that the board, when we make our decisions, it's what we think about, and it seems to be what our administration is thinking about. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. So we are doing this from scratch from the beginning and making sure that we're building the best citizens, the best students, the best people that we can. So when they are adults, that they're ready to deal with the world as it is. So I want to talk a little bit about the preschool program. Now, Asbury Park currently has a preschool program, and it's in all 3 elementary schools. The day begins at 7:50, you drop off. The regular school day ends at 2:20, and then picks up again at 2:45 for an after-school program to 5:45. So you have your child in school, if you want them in school, from 7:50 to 5:45 at no cost to you. That's breakfast, lunch, afternoon snack, and dinner that they get while they're in program. They also get homework help, there's enrichment programs, there's all kinds of initiatives for the after program. So it's not like your child is just being watched. For that 2:45 to 5:45 period, they are actually engaged in doing programming throughout the course of the day. And that's at no cost to Asbury residents. No other place has that. Now, currently, Barack Obama Elementary has 3 classes. Thurgood has 3 classes. Bradley has 5 classes plus 1 multi-disabled class. And there's an open door policy to parents. So as long as you call ahead, you can come, you can sit in, you can come and read to the children. You can see what their day is like. The only thing that's not open door, I think, is the field trips, and you can get in your own car and go to a field trip, but you cannot get on the bus because of insurance reasons. We currently have a creative curriculum. I think we've had that for the past 3 years, but the creative curriculum is also paired with the second step curriculum, which supports social emotional development. And those 2 curriculum go hand in hand. And that also the second step curriculum follows them through 1st, 2nd, 3rd grade to support them social emotional. So the thing about our elementary schools, pre-K being in our elementary schools, is that there is a seamless transition from pre-K to 1st grade to 2nd grade to kindergarten, and it's called the vertical collaboration. So what happens when they're in pre-K and they're 4 years old, they have a year-long relationship with the kindergarten program. So they visit the kindergarten classes, they get to know the kindergarten teachers, the parents themselves gets to know the school building, the layout, the staff, the policies, so that it's seamless. And at that point, there's also a P4 program, which has the parents communicating openly with the teachers in the school system, so that you have more active parents as they go through, because not only are we teaching the students, but we're teaching the parents how to interact with the school and the staff. Our elementary schools are currently 5-star rated. So in New Jersey, there's an initiative that's NJ Kids Grow, and it's a national initiative. There's a lot of states, and the reason why the initiative was created was to be able to compare apples to apples. So to know quality childcare wherever you go. So that there's it's called an ECRT, it's a rating system where they come in and they rate absolutely everything. And our elementary schools are 5-star rated. Our pre-K programs are 5-star rated. All right, so we also have a comprehensive, consistent, full-day schedule for the children. And as a parent, if you come in, it's posted on the parent board. You can see what they're gonna be doing from day to day. If you want to couple it with things that you do at home, like if they're doing something with food and you wanna carry the lessons over to home, you have that option because you know everything that's going on in the pre-K program as it goes along, so that it's easier to follow along on the weekends and everything to make sure that the lessons are being learned. Also, all our teachers are certified. Our paras, some of our paras are also certified. They're certified to the point where they can be teachers if they have their own classrooms. We also have a PIRT program, which is the Preschool Intervention Referral Program. And it works with the child study teams. On that team is a psychologist, 2 social workers, and a nurse to make sure that all issues are referred and dealt with early. So the only other thing I have to talk about is that there's field trips, but all the field trips and all the activities are STEAM related. So yes, they're fun, but they're also educational. We don't miss one teaching moment with our children.
Eric.
Okay?
Okay, I'd like to introduce Eric.
Forgive me, my allergies getting crazy. I just want to go over some figures with you guys tonight. First, I want to start with the graduation rate, which in 2013 and 2014 was 49.3%. 2014 and 2015, it was 66%. And the graduation rate for 2015-2016 was at 73.1%. And for 2016-2017, the graduation rate is at 71.1%. Also want to go over the dropout rate. For 2013-2014, the dropout rate was, I'll just go by number of students. The number of students was 28. In 2014-2015, the number of students at the dropout rate was 11. 2015-2016, it was at 7. And 2016-2017, it is down to the number of students, 4. That's with regards to math, the math programs, 10 out of 12 grades, from grades 1 through 12, we're showing a steady incremental gain, while the 2 grades remaining have consistent performance. I'm going to talk about the iRead program. The iRead program is a digital foundational reading program designed to close the achievement gap early, and all K through 2 Asbury Park School District students use this program as a part of their literacy block. In regards to that, they came up with this Professor Trilingual. Professor Trilingual was created the result of 2nd grade students who voiced their concerns regarding the fact that the Scholastic iRead program characters are only monolingual, or they only speak one language. So the students came up with this concept that they wanted to design a Professor Trilingual, where and that concept was they wanted to create something that had 1 eye, 1 nose, and 3 mouths as an iRead character, and I'll go on to explain what they did with that. For the Professor Trilingual, what they wanted to do was have 1 eye because, like all of us, we have one vision. He has one vision, the vision of reaching our life's goals. Also, they only needed 1 nose because everyone should be entitled to breathe the same air. And lastly, what they came up with for the 3 mouths was because wanted to use 3 mouths to speak the 3 languages, the Spanish, English, and French Creole, that all of the students speak. Also with the Comprehensive Literacy Initiative. During the school year 2014-2015, 7 out of 10 students were reading below grade level. Of those 7 students, half of those students were 3 to 6 grade levels below. And the pre-K through 12 Comprehensive Literacy Initiative that also includes adult literacy for monolingual and bilingual parents was put in place. As a result, the literacy gap is closing. 7 out of 10 students are showing 1 year's literacy growth, and 4 out of 10 students are showing 2 years literacy growth. That's all I have. I believe next is Dominic.
Dominic.
Okay, thank you, Eric. I'd like to start with some information on the financial standing of the district. The district has a budget of over $68 million. That's composed primarily, about 85% of state aid and 15% from local taxes. The district is currently debt-free. We're not paying off any bonds. We don't have any bills that we need to pay. With that budget, we're currently serving, our current enrollment is 1,854 students. In addition, we maintain a reserve account. So in the event of any catastrophic repair needed, something coming up, the district is well placed to be able to take from the emergency fund and do whatever necessary with regard to alleviating any problem. As I mentioned, state aid is the biggest chunk of the budget. State aid since 2012 has remained essentially flat. So in terms of revenue support from the state, we've been really remarkably the same since 2012. Along with that, you would look at our budget and about 50 or 60% goes toward personnel, and many of you probably deal with this issue or you've read about it. When we're dealing with personnel, the biggest increases in budgets over the years has been in the cost of healthcare insurance. So we've been able to address that. We've been able to still provide quality benefits at a time when our funding from the state has been flat. Along with, or rather as part of the 68 million we pay out, or this year we're projecting, according to New Jersey law, we need to provide from our operating expenses funding for charter schools. And there's 3 charter schools, and that's $10 million, a little over $10 million that's coming out of the operating account to do so. In addition to that operating account, the district has over $13 million in grant funding. And that just doesn't fall from the sky. That's based on the efforts of the administrators, some of which are here, putting those proposals down for federal state grants. And just a couple of examples. For example, we have the 21st Century Grant. That's a grant that, beyond preschool then, for K through 12, we're providing before and after care for students at no cost. We're providing youth development activities and other cultural activities, all a benefit from that particular grant. We get a federal Perkins grant that focuses on vocational education. So we can talk a little bit about our academies that are here. For example, the engineering program funded by Perkins. We're expecting the allied health program to have Perkins funding this year or next. So I would conclude my portion on the budget letting you know, rest assured, the district is in good financial standings currently. The second thing I'd like to talk about is our partnerships with colleges. And here, in a way, it's also a money issue, money that parents get to save in terms of having their children get a college education. We first talk about the Dream Academy, now in its second year, which allows selected students to obtain a college degree while attending high school. They're starting in their freshman year at the high school, and as part of that program, they're beginning to take a college class or two and getting college credit. They remain in high school. It's the senior year. They go to Wall campus of Brookdale, and as they walk to get their high school diploma, we will have students. Currently, I believe we have approximately 30. We're running a cohort every year who will not only walk up and get their high school diploma, they will get an associate's degree from Brookdale Community College, and that will be at no cost to the student. Our second college partnership is what we call the College Promise Program. And again, this provides full scholarships to Brookdale upon high school graduation. Students who academically qualify and participate in the college readiness program their junior and senior year, then attend Brookdale, go to the Brookdale campus, and are receiving a full ride, a full scholarship, funded by the Jules Plangier Foundation, individual who was a graduate of Asbury Park High School years back. And the final thing to bring up every year, and it's a great event to attend, partial scholarships are awarded to high school graduates from a variety of local individuals and partnerships. Our students are going on to Rutgers, not only Brookdale, but Rutgers, Kane, Georgian Court, Ohio University, a number of other colleges that certainly the administrators are aware of more than I. And we come to this event and there's awards for various students from the local organizations. So know that the local community, the local business community is supportive of Asbury Park School District graduates. Having mentioned those three partnerships, I'm going to turn it over to Joe Grillo.
We're going to do a quick audience participation. So I know we're supposed to take questions. We're not supposed to take questions. So this is more me asking all of you a question. So I'm going to be talking about, first of all, let's give a hand to the entire board. When Carol and Eric and I ran for school board and were elected, one of the first things that we did was we moved the elections to November. The great thing about that is that it gave us an extra 6 months for all of us to work together and to become even more united. And I can really attest to the fact that I've never in the history of Asbury Park Schools have we seen such a strong and united board. So that's something that I think it's a testament to everybody on here and all their hard work. So, but I'm here to talk about the green team. So does anyone here know, when you think of sustainability, what do you think of? You raise your hand. What do you think of when you think of sustainability? Don't be shy.
Is it gonna last?
Is it gonna last? Okay, right, so something that's enduring, right? Something that's permanent. Anyone else?
The environment.
The environment, right. So the environment, when you think of sustainability and you think of green teams, you think of the environment and trees and gardens, which are a huge part of communities. So what if I told you that there was more to sustainability than that? And I did hand out a few of these Sustainable Jersey for Schools checklists. Just a real quick info. So we had 4 goals for 2018. One was an increased graduation rate. The other was a comprehensive literacy initiative. Another was introduction of comprehensive social and emotional learning. And the fourth was sustainability. We're seeing at the local level, at the grassroots level, in schools and towns and cities all over New Jersey, a movement taking place of communities going greener, communities getting healthier, communities talking more and having discussions about solar energy and nutrition and what we put into our bodies. And not only at the municipal level, but also in our schools. So, full disclosure, Sustainable Jersey, I work for the nonprofit side of Sustainable Jersey, so it's always a pleasure when my professional and my civic kind of come together, and that's why I'm so excited about talking about Asbury Park Schools joining the other 739 schools in the state in Sustainable Jersey for Schools. So what does that mean? That basically means that the school registers with Sustainable Jersey, which is it's a 501c3 nonprofit organization that has a certification program, and it's funded by everyone from the Department of Health to the College of New Jersey, which actually is the side that does all the programmatic stuff that I'm not involved with. And what we try to do is we provide schools like Asbury Park a toolkit of best practices to make schools greener, cleaner, and healthier for our students, for our staff, and also for the greater community. So, and it runs the gamut. It's not just the environment. It goes into bringing sustainability into the curriculum as well. It also includes diversity on various boards and various committees that the school district might have. It goes into things like energy savings. So there's also a cost saving element to it for the taxpayers of Asbury Park. So one of the actions that can be done is doing energy audits, which we're in the process of doing, but also seeing how we can make our schools themselves more energy efficient. And all that leads to cost savings, and those cost savings, guess where they go back to? They go back to our kids. They go back into investing where they should go, not into heating bills or something else, but into the education of our kids. So we just started this, and it's an all-volunteer initiative. It is something that the way it starts is through forming a green team. Green teams are basically the group of volunteers who, along with the business administrator, buildings and grounds, teachers who are really motivated to do programs that involve sustainability in STEM and STEAM programs, and also parents and students who want to get involved in their school community. And that green team will take a look at all the different actions that you see in that pamphlet that I handed out. And you see there's all different areas that it covers. So what happens is you take a look, the green team decides with the business administrator that there are certain actions that they want to pursue for that year. And it amounts to a certain amount of points. And similar to like when you get points when you use your credit card, as you accumulate points, you open your school up to grants and different money that you otherwise wouldn't have access to. So for instance, the PSC&G Foundation funds a small grants program through Sustainable Jersey to the registered schools, and now that includes Asbury Park schools, for various projects. And they help fund different things like building a new STEAM lab, or doing a composting seminar for the students, or building community gardens in all of our different schools. So it's really interesting and it's very exciting to kind of look into the future and to visualize what that means, because all this can sometimes sound like hippy-dicky, flowery language, but it's really something that I'm going to show you a quick video. The audio isn't that great, but I'm going to show you a quick video of what they've done in our distinguished competition in Long Branch schools. Long Branch is a school that has done a lot with sustainability. So it's a super quick 1-minute video that I'm going to show about it. And if it comes up, then you can email me and I'll show you a little bit more. Now visualize this in Asbury Park schools as well.
You have to move over.
That's a greenhouse made out of recycled plastic bottles. That's a vertical garden. So that was a water bottle filler, so that way you don't have to have plastic bottles that cause a lot of waste. This is a school gardens where they actually sell the produce that they grow at the school to market. And that's it. It's great that they're doing that. Now let's make it happen at Asbury Park. All right, thank you. And now, last but not least, no, not? Oh, okay.
No, we got kids.
Yeah, that's right. Mr. Kenneth Saunders, who's going to, what is he speaking on?
On the medical program.
On the medical program, right.
Okay, I'm a little shy about this, but not about the Allied Health. We have 4 academies set up, which I'm very proud of. We have the Green Academy, the Engineering Academy, the Law and Public Safety Academy, and we have the Applied Health Academy. As you can see, the one that I'm most geeked about, I don't know if that's a correct verbiage, but I'm geeked about it. It's the Allied Health Academy. This academy is for students that want to pursue careers in healthcare, whether it's doctors, nurses, PCTs, rad techs, or LPNs. It's in partnership with Rutgers University, and the students can earn up to 14 college credits at this point. It's run by a young lady by the name of Mrs. Grover. She's very structured, and she is very excited about her students. We have run 2 cohorts, this is our second cohort of 20 students in each class. The student must punch a daily time clock just to verify that they get the correct hours in the program. They go to the academy every other day, and they have a fully functioning lab as well as a school. When I recently visited the academy, and I saw it, they had models, they had beds, they had hand hygiene station. It reminded me of when I went to school, when I first started my nursing career at Brookfield College. The students have access to articles, videos, online programs that they can work from home. There are 4 stages to this that you must do sequentially. Dynamics to healthcare, medical terminology, anatomy and physiology 1 and 2, and the student again can earn up to 16 college credits. It's more like a pre-med type of deal, it looks like to me. And it gets the students on the right road to doing something in healthcare. Dynamics in healthcare is a 3-credit course which orientates the student to the healthcare, careers in healthcare. Again, like I said, doctors, rad techs, nurses, of course. It also helps them start to think critically. Critically thinking is and is very much needed in healthcare. It also helps them develop professionalism and to help them communicate effectively. They also analyze current healthcare policies. The second one is the medical terminology. And this is also a 3-credit course in which it teaches communication to other healthcare workers. Introduction to the body system, such as cardiovascular, endocrine system, or the skeletal system. They will be able to discuss procedures and why they're done. For example, a laparoscopic cholecystectomy, the removal of the gallbladder. They'll know why they're doing it. Maybe cystic ductus necrosis or things of that nature. And they will also discuss pharmacological process. The anatomy and physiology piece has not started. It started in the fall of 2018. Again, I think this is not our second course. As they move forward, they'll do the anatomy and physiology. But let me tell you a little bit about it. The anatomy and physiology is a 4-credit course in which the students will understand the language of anatomy. The students will apply basic concepts of chemistry. Describe research-related emerging diseases, and understand what the normal homeostasis of the body. And then in 2, they will explain structures and functions of major body systems. Under the microscope, will identify disease tissues. They will also look at infection control. They will also look at evolving medical treatments. Future goals of this program is maybe a CNA program, a bridge to the LPN program, and maybe even an EMT program for the students. To get them out of school in which they could make a basic living and do the right thing. That's it for me. I got a couple more words. I'm going to introduce Connie Breach.
But before Connie goes, can I open my mouth? I have to tell you, the first time I walked into that lab, my mouth fell open. I'm a registered nurse. I've done it all. I couldn't believe the equipment that these students were working with. It was better than any lab that I had worked in when I went to Monmouth College, when I went to Ocean County College, and the whole deal. It was just beautiful, and I was thrilled because it was so thoroughly set up. And I also heard that the kids who were graduating, who couldn't get enough credits to sit for their nurse's aid certification, were shipped out to a school where they could finish it up and get enough credits so that they could sit for their exam, which I think was just a beautiful thing for administration to do. And I'm very proud of what they're doing there, and I think they're doing a thoroughly amazing job with these kids. And the equipment that they're dealing with is better than I ever had.
And now Connie Breach.
Good evening. First, thank you for everyone that came out tonight. It's a pleasure to see everybody in the audience today. I'm going to talk a little bit about athletics. As everybody knows that's here, Asbury Park has always been rich in athletic tradition. We'll go back to Butch Bruno days, which is one of the reasons why we dedicated the stadium last year to him. We had a couple hiccups the last couple decades. Unfortunately, we had some bad reputations, things like that. People don't play us, so on and so forth. It was the environment and the culture that our children were in. And I have to say, in the last 5 to 10 years, especially the last 5 years, that has changed completely. It goes from the classroom to the field. When you change the culture of your classroom, you change the culture of the field. Kids want to play, kids want to go to school. They don't just go to school to play. They go to school for both. And it also shows in our graduation rate. Our students, our athletes are not only graduating, they're graduating and going on to play in college and also to learn in college. We had a great athlete that graduated last year to Notre Dame. He didn't go for sports. He went because he had a 4.0 grade point average. That says a lot for our administration and our teachers in our environment and supporting our athletes. And, you know, I'm going to say just, it goes for our feeder programs. Last year, the last couple of years, in 2016, 2017, everybody knows we had a state championship football team, state championship soccer team. Some people don't know about our track star that we have, and that is Davinsky Sean Vilma, if I said his name wrong. He was a state champ as a sophomore. High jump, set a record 6.6, 6 feet 6 inches. He was also the member of our state soccer champ in 2016. In 2017, as a junior, he set an indoor state champion high jump record and also 5th in the meet of champions. That's the whole state. 2018, indoor state champ, 6 feet 8 inches. He's not done yet because we still have our outdoor track. So this young man is going to go on to some fabulous things in college and beyond. We have another young man, Jalen Page, a member of our 2016 state football championship team. Shore Wrestler of the Year, 2017, 2018. First in the district, 2017, 2018. And he was the first state qualifier in Asbury Park's history for wrestling. He finished his school record of 52 wins and 14 losses, 32 by fall, which is another school record. There's another young lady I want to mention because I have to mention our young ladies out there too. She is a freshman. You're going to watch this young lady down the road. She's also a standout athlete and a standout student. Her name is Jamina Range. She set a high school scoring record as a freshman for scoring 40 points in one game. She's also on the honor roll. That says a lot about our athletes and that they're also bringing into the school, and their academics are important too. One of the things that we're looking at in the future is we want to try to get more female involvement with our sports. We know that's one thing that we are kind of lacking. So we're going to try, we are introducing volleyball. The girls actually came to us at the high school level and wanted to form a volleyball team, which we're going to work on next year. We are starting our feeder programs in our elementary school program with our Diddy basketball and also lacrosse that we started with the help of Miss Arnone, one of our teachers at the Thurgood Marshall School. We had a great turnout for lacrosse for our young ladies. We're also maybe looking at bringing our tennis program back in, okay? So that's going to take some little work. We have 2 areas in our district that have tennis courts, and they both need a tremendous amount of work. One area is the piece of land between our Barack Obama School and our Martin Luther King Jr. School. We are hoping to come to agreement and work with our city to make that a fantastic area up there down the road that for both our students and the community to enjoy. That's something that I hope comes in the future. That would be an awesome benefit to our west side and also the whole community. And of course we have 3 tennis courts that we want to look to revamp in our high school area and also hopefully make that accessible to the whole community, not just for our students, for everybody. There's a few other things we're looking at, maybe rowing. We have a nice lake down there. We have a beautiful lake down there, and hopefully we have some contacts in some of our local Ivy League schools that might want to donate some, what are those things called, those big boats? Those skulls, that's it.
Wait, maybe-
I didn't row.
Maybe we can get our engineering group to make some.
Yeah, that's good. The other thing that's kind of my little pet peeve is I really like to see a nice concession stand back over at the high school. We had it years ago, but during renovation, we kind of lost that. The last couple of years, we brought in some food trucks, but I would like to see an actual stand where our students can work it. We're going to bring our booster club back in. We're revamping our whole policy with our booster club, to get our parents and community back involved with that, to allow our students to work and learn how to run a business, a small business, and make money for their class. So it all kind of comes together. It teaches them life skills down the road. So how to order, how to do this, how to set a schedule. The other thing too is the alumni game. We made it a little bit something special a couple years ago. I don't know about, whenever you think of an alumni game, homecoming game, you think of just going to the field. With the help of Dr. Howard administration, we were able to do something 2 years ago to actually make the alumni game, homecoming game, something special for our graduates to come back to. We had a tent, we had food, we give giveaways to our alumni, and hopefully that is a tradition that was started that will continue every year from here on in, that we can welcome our alumni back in their reunion years and actually have it, and we had a really good game last year too. So that was something I'm very proud to see come through. And a couple of things that will come to is also the our athletic banquet. To bring in our local businesses, we have really good support with our local businesses. I'm so happy for the second year, the Asbury is going to host our athletic banquet again. And the Festival of Beer Gardens is also going to provide the food. Confections of Rockstar is going to provide the cake. This is all being donated from the community. So this is not only shows the community getting involved with our school system, but it helps to save some money too. And we really appreciate that. And one more thing that the senior awards, I was kind of had this little in my ear about how come all the athletes get this, that, and the other thing. So what we're also doing this year, for years past, the senior awards were always held in the media center. Well, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. More and more students are getting awards, some fantastic awards, scholarships. So now this year, we are also going to have our senior awards at the Asbury. Oh, sometimes they're both the same, are going to enjoy some really nice ambiance for awards. I'm looking forward to that. And I also want to mention one more thing, because team, no one ever would have thought when I mentioned this next team, was like, really, Asbury Park has a debate team? But we have a fantastic debate team. This past year, they finished 5th at Harvard Internationals. They actually made it through. If I say her name, Ms. DeMarsico, she did an awesome job. And her team finished 5th this year, made it through 11 rounds compared to last year, they made it only through 5 rounds. So that's how good these kids are. And these are our top kids. And they also play sports too. So, debate team, scholar athletes, we are going up. And with our graduation rate, with the programs that we're offering these students, we're getting students coming back from other areas, and people that want to come here, or students want to come here. It's like we're finally getting the Asbury Park. When you say Asbury Park, Blue Bishops, you believe blue, you believe blue. And I'm so glad.
You would just give us, just put a pause, just for a moment. Yes. Ask Mr. Justin Artinelli to come up and speak speak briefly about our after-school program, please.
How do I do that? How do I speak briefly about our incredible after-school program?
I'll help you. The princess and I will even leave it.
Okay, so first, if we can just have anybody in the room that has any affiliation with the after-school program to stand. Can you stand at this time, please? Any of the after-school programs? So just thank you everyone, and of course Ms. Gray didn't stand, Dr. Howard, and of course, but they all have a key role in what we do in after school. My name is Justin Artinette. I have the distinct pleasure of being the program director for the Thought Leaders After School Academy. That's the 21st century program that you had mentioned earlier. Thank you so much. Our program specifically operates in grades 3 through 8. However, in after school in general, what we've been doing is we actually this year, for the first year, we've been able to open up a pre-K and K2 program, which operates as a feeder program for our students. One of the problems that we had last year when the program was introduced was that our 3rd through 8th, at the time, 4th through 8th grade students, they weren't able to come to after school because they had to watch the younger siblings. So our administration said, well, Justin, let's go ahead and figure out how we can help with that. And so here came the pre-K and K2 programs. Just some quick stats about the program. Of the pre-K through 8, we have, I think, 14, thank you. like I wasn't prepared to speak, right? Stay prepared. Always ready, always ready, right? Okay. So of the total number of students in pre-K through 8 enrolled in Asbury Park School District was 1,453. So 1,453 students enrolled in actual pre-K through 8. And this year, with the first joint after-school program, we have 535 students actively in program. That's 37% in 1 year of students staying after school. More specifically for our building, Bradley Elementary, that's our biggest site after school, we have 404 students in total in the program. And of those 404 students, 244 of them stay after school. So there's about 55% of that building population staying after school. So besides the students just having a wonderful place to be, we wanted to make sure that they also had incredible activities to do as well. So we partnered with the Boys and Girls Club of Monmouth County, who's our official partner on the grant, so thank you so much for being here. We've worked with other collaborators such as Lake House Music Academy, we've worked with Second Life Bikes, we have worked with a host of many different vendors and collaborators that really do bring quality programming to our students. And we do that because we want our students to understand and see that the walls in Asbury Park contain many great people and faces. And when we're able to do that, they're able to see that they can still stay here and do great things. From what we know and from what they've seen, there's been a lot of negative press. Well, not anymore, in the more recent years in Asbury Park, but they've seen a lot of really negative press. So for them to be able to see and collaborate with people who work in the community in a very positive way, it's changed a lot of the relationships that the students have. Not only with the people that they work with, but they're telling their parents, hey mom, they have these really great programs at Lake House for free. Can we go? Can we do it? They have people that can come in and work with students in doing crocheting. They come in Prevention First in Ocean. They do incredible programs to let the students know how they can be safe on the streets of Asbury Park. Like I said, we're going into year 3, and for this year, we have successfully hit our level of service, meaning that we had mentioned that we would serve over 200 students. Currently today we have 212 students that have participated in programs for 30 days or more. We have 265 students who have touched the program at least one day in our district for grades 3 through 8. Like I said, the program is just growing, and I think everyone who's been a part of it, including our incredible board president, she's working with the girls, and I'll talk about it a little more, in the Princess program, but our previous superintendent, Dr. Lamont Marpolette, was also in charge of the Sig Beta Club, and the boys went to the New York Stock Exchange. They've done all these incredible things. So through after school, it's been an incredible vehicle to get our students to where they think they would love to go. It helps them shape really incredible futures, and I'm so thankful that we have a wonderful team in Asbury Park, from the business administrators to Sonia Velasquez at the Cornell, because she works with me so directly. My data team, all the people that really come together to insulate these students, to give them a wholesome after-school experience. My goal is to show the students that you have student voice and choice. This is your program, because they deserve and own the program. And so before I sit down, I would like Ms. Angela to go ahead and just give her a spiel about what she's been doing with the girls, because it's been incredible work, and what we're looking to do with them in the future.
Okay, thank you. So the Asbury Park Recreation Committee has partnered with the Asbury Park School District, and we offer the Princess program. Now, Princess is an acronym. So the P is for power, R is for resilient and responsibility, I is for imagination, being inventive, N is for unnecessary and no negativity. The C is for you have a choice. E is education, because that is your Prince Charming. The S is for your strength, your sparks, and the last S is for self-love, caring for yourself. That's the program for the young girls. And then it's the same program, but it's called I Believe in Me for our middle school and high school girls. Now with both of these programs, one of the things that I wanted the young ladies to believe in themselves, one, that they are a princess, but a princess not just in beauty, but having power, having strength, using their voice to convey their ideas, to share their opinions, to be able to have confidence in themselves, and to realize that they're going to school for a reason. Not to wait for, with Sleeping Beauty and Snow White, there was always a prince that came and rescued them. Well, they will rescue themselves by getting a good education. So that way they're able to see the relationship between why I'm going to school. And then it's real life activities. So if someone says, I want a huge house with 12 rooms and I want a Ferrari, okay, what type of job are you going to have? Well, one said to me, I'll work as a waitress. So I brought in play money and I paid her what a waitress would earn because I used to be a waitress. And another one said she wanted to be a doctor. So I paid her what a doctor would make at the end of the week. The one who was a waitress realized that she didn't have enough money to pay her car note or her rent or to buy or even get her nails done. Where the doctor said, oh, I have plenty of money, the money to go on vacation and get my hair done and do whatever else I would like to do. So that encouraged the young lady who wanted to be a waitress to say, hey, I need to study more. It helps them when they if someone gets detention. Why? Oh, somebody made me do this. No, you are in control of yourself. Okay, if your teacher is teaching, it's your responsibility to get that lesson, to learn the lesson. Not because somebody made you laugh or sent you a note. So this is how I work the program with them. And they love it. And I love working with them, so.
They do love it. Programs like that.
Hey, oh, thank you. Oh, we're going to take a 3-minute break. In case you have a question, right over here at this table, there's a basket, index cards, pencil, write your question, and then give it to our board council. And then,
There's a basket there.
there's a basket there. And then we will reconvene. If there isn't, we only have one question so far. So, here's your break. Get some water and donut and computer. Okay, are we ready? Yes. I just wanted to thank all of you for being here and also thank City Council for allowing us to use the chambers. That's very nice of them and we appreciate this. So we have 2 questions. Okay, and I will read the first question and then turn it over to Mrs. Gray, our acting superintendent. The first question is, what steps have or are being taken to address the Armistead curriculum?
No mic. Okay. So before, if it's okay,
Yes.
before I get started answering that question, I just want to I'm not trying to be showbiz Hollywood shades on. It's procedure light and it bothers me, so I need that on record. But it's not about that. But I want to first take a moment to just congratulate the board because all of the programs that they've talked about are only possible because they are able to talk about them in depth, in detail, and they support them. And so our motto here in the Asbury Park School District is building a brighter future, which is simply defined as hope and opportunity. And we would not be able to have this plethora of offerings had it not been for a knowledgeable board like what you see and have heard tonight. So thank you very much for your I love the Steve Jobs quote where I'm going to paraphrase, where he mentions in his quote that he doesn't hire brilliant people or talented and smart people to tell them what to do. He hires them so that they can tell him what to do. And that's how I feel now that I'm at the ranks of the acting superintendent position. I have a wonderfully talented team of individuals that I rely on that are expert in their field. And I just want to ask them if they would just take another moment just to stand up and be acknowledged. It's a large group, so I really don't want to just go name by name, but we have an initiative on the table this year for social and emotional learning. We're very thoughtful in the Asbury Park School District. We've looked at our data. We've had a comprehensive literacy initiative that's moving forward nicely, as you've heard our members talk about. Now it's all about social and emotional learning. That continues to be a focus, literacy, but we keep adding on as we build. And that's under the leadership of Dr. Howard, one of our executive committee members. Dr. Debbie Sylvia, our newest director of school counseling, is also with us tonight, and she oversees all of our programming related to our students and any college programs there. Now, we have Jeff Hastings, our business administrator, who just makes it all happen, right? And works out the numbers. So, that being said, back to the question. When we talk about the Amistad curriculum, very important that we make sure that we engage not just the Amistad curricula in our daily instruction, but also Holocaust and genocide studies. We were very fortunate to hire a teacher in the beginning of this school year that comes to us from the university, a former college professor. She comes to us with a background in Holocaust studies, Amistad studies, and genocide studies, and has also been working with our students in the Human Rights Conference, where they recently presented at Kane University. So we've had the opportunity to start infusing and integrating specific Amistad curricula, pre-K to 12, and we are exposing our students now in terms of that, and we look to expand our Amistad offerings as the year progresses.
Okay. Thank you, Mrs. Green. And now, Acting Superintendent, I have another question. There is growing experience around the country in the urban cities that face challenges to child and adult health and wellness for many reasons, including limited resources and faculties to open school athletic faculties such as tracks and fields to engage adults, share activities among families, and promote a sense of achievement and well-being. This city has a beautiful track facility that sees no use. Will the school board consider opening it to community use?
So yes, agreed. We have a wonderful track field. We are always focused and very intentional about ensuring the safety and well-being of our students, our faculty, and our community. And so that is definitely something that I would love to recommend to the board for them to take under advisement. But we always have to ensure that we are within the parameters of our insurance and making sure that we have all safety and liability that would be associated with opening that up to the community, taken care of. While we pause, I just want to thank the building administrators, the principals. You have a very long day, and it's the end of the week. So many thanks to our building principals in the room tonight, Mr. Mertil, who's the president of our Principal and Administrators Association, Ms. Kathy Baumgartner, principal of our wonderful high school, as well as I believe I saw Mr. Gerbino here, principal of the Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. School.
Okay. Thank you, Acting Superintendent.
Okay. Thank you, and thanks to super shout out to Ms. Ficara for spearheading our autism awareness program in the Asbury Park School District.
Last thing that we'd like to speak about is the parenting center. And Mrs. Carroll will do that and conclude for tonight.
In conclusion, you've heard of all the things that we're doing for our students and all the good things we want to happen with our students. You also need to know that we're also doing good things with their parents. We have a parent center, which is right across the street from the middle school, where the parents can take English as a second language. They can take a GED program and get their diploma if they have not had one before. And the support that our parents often need in parenting classes that they have. And what else? Sonia, what did I miss? Oh, okay.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
Hello everyone, I'm Sonia Velasquez. I'm the Community Parent Involvement Specialist, district-wide at the Asbury Park School District. And yes, let me just piggyback from that. Right now, the Parent Center is offering a series of different programs for our families. It's also open to the rest of the community. We have the GED classes available. It's a collaboration through Brookdale. And if the parents are qualified for the level classes that we're currently offering, we have other options for them at a different location. We also have the ESL classes. They're offered every Monday and Wednesday from 9 to 11. Our parents are having an amazing time. Right now we're moved to a level 3 in the classes, which is amazing to see them how excited they are to come in every week and learn, and just to listen, just to sit around and listen what they're doing in there and how excited they are every day is really, to me it's just amazing, because they go back and now they can have conversations with this, our student, their children, and communicate and help them with homework and do be able to go in the community and even assist other families because now they're able to communicate. We also have a P4 program, which was mentioned before by Ms. Etienne. The P4 program stands for Parent as Partners in the Preschool Program. This program is now open to all the families in our district. This program has also grown a lot now. Right now, we have connected this program with the social-emotional curriculum that we offer at the preschool level that goes all the way to the third grade. The parents get to come in. They talk about different ways that they could solve their problems and their situations, any situations. At this point, we have a group of parents that not only meet at the sessions that we have every month, they meet outside for coffee and they talk about different things. They have built their own support groups. So to us, this is it's really a success to see how this program keep growing. And we actually have to add 2 more sessions because the families keep asking for more. We have an amazing trainer that comes and joins us and is also having conversations with our staff to share the ways that she talks to the parents so they could also be coming to the classroom and see what's going on and feel more involved with the education piece of their students. We also try to accommodate the times of the session so all the families, the working families, could come and join us. Right now we have sessions at 10 o'clock in the morning, offer at the Parent Center. We have sessions at the board office, at our training room. We also have them available at the building levels in the afternoon, so we could accommodate everyone's schedule. We also have a group of staff that will be there to help with the parents in case they have to come in with their child. You could always bring your child, we will help you so you could sit down and enjoy the session. We also have a big, we have to move it out of the Parent Center because it's growing and I can't stop it. We have the ECAC, the Early Childhood Advisory Council. That's my baby. I feel like that was my first task and I'm very proud of it. Right now we have over 40 members in our council. The council sits down and talks about different ways that we could help our program get better. Obviously we're doing an amazing job because our family, all our members, we have staff members, we have community members, and parents, which is the most important piece. We need to hear from them so we can make our programs better. And we could reinforce those areas. And perhaps there's something that we're doing that doesn't need fixing, but they want to see more of it in a different, and at a different level. So we meet with them 3 times a year. We discuss the different programs, where are we, what are we missing, we talk about transportation, we talk about the healthy eating habits that we teach in their children, and we also bring, when I say the community is also part of this council, this is a special part because they get to share with our families and our staff the different programs that are happening in the community. So this is a perfect opportunity for our families to take that, what's happening in the community, perhaps they could benefit for some of these programs or they know someone who can. So this is a perfect opportunity for us to bring everyone together. It's open to everyone in the community, anyone in the district. I always have this open, the open doors for everyone. We have so much more going on. We're just going, at this point I feel like everyone is hearing what's happening in Asbury Park and we're just getting phone call after phone call. People would like to bring their programs to us so we can open them up to our families. So as they come up, please stay tuned, check our website. We always have all our different programs and the website and the schools. So thank you.
Thank you. In conclusion, first I want to thank you all for coming out tonight. It's a Friday night, Friday the 13th. And you all came out to support us, and we thank you. We appreciate that. As you have heard, there are some exciting things that's going on here in Asbury Park, and it's a good time. We have made a smooth transition, and we are doing some wonderful things with our acting superintendent and her amazing team. With the board, I want to thank each of you for your support. And I'm just going to address them, but you can hear. I see you. I'm here. I appreciate each of you for working and supporting me. Ms. Etienne, we support each other. And when I say that we are a team, we are. And we're working because we all have common ground. And that's because we care about the children in this community. And we're not all trying to be the driver on the bus, okay? We all have something value to offer. And so I thank you for that. I thank you for your support. And I love you guys. And we have a lot of fun together. Thank you.
And we are as good as we are because of her leadership.
Oh, thank you. So, you need a motion? Oh, okay. So, move. Wait. But I have to say this now, so do I still have to make a motion? Oh, okay. So anyway, I just wanted to say thank you for coming out, and I appreciate you. We're going to continue to rock, because that's how we do it in Asbury Park. I need a motion to close. Move. Second. All in favor? Aye. Thank you.